Oh, I'm gonna lose it here, people. Wow. If you can see this, I apologize. I am not real sure what is going on. This is being absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I am having real issues here, guys. I am not real sure what is going on. I moved my computer and obviously it went to crap. So, I don't want just that. Can somebody tell me why I constantly have these issues? Okay, does anybody see what? Yeah, I don't either. Lynette, no, it's not okay. I have no idea what's going on, guys. I have no idea what is happening here. Like I said, I moved my computer.
Set to your camera. Okay, now you're switched back to OBS Streamlabs. I can hear you, but I cannot see you. So you were just sharing your screen on your computer a second ago. So you switched something from the Streamlabs OBS screen to your computer screen. So there should be another screen option that says camera, and you do it to that one.
Okay. Audio, video capture device. See if that's it. Okay. I have no idea if anybody can see this. I am beyond livid with this thing. I do not understand why I have so many problems with this at all. Lynette, you know what? Can you see me? Okay. I don't even have a clue as to what's going on, so okay. Gotcha, Rose, thanks. Whoa, hello. Is that better? Yes, Mountain Dew, you're right. Yes, I needed some caffeine and some sugar, so Is that showing full size now? And can you hear me? Okay, cool beans. Thank you, Rose. So I actually have tried downloading different OBS, and it is not going well. Apparently I need a new graphics driver, new graphics card. I don't flipping know, but electronics is not my thing, so just eat some chocolate. Okay. You're right. So I'm actually coming live to you from the craft room. It was the daughter's old bedroom. So I painted it yesterday and I patched some of the holes. So yeah. So this, I guess, is what you do when the kids all leave and you have an empty nest. You start remodeling. So I now have in here, I don't have everything set up. I don't have everything ready to go in here, but this is where I will be doing my lives from here on out. So it has already been it's been different, and not having, my grandson constantly saying, Mima, I need this, Mima, I want that, can I watch something, or yes, it is a work in progress, Vicky. You are absolutely true, absolutely correct there. So yeah. Yes, you will, Rose. Eventually you will have an empty nest. It'll take a while. You got little ones, and I just happen to have, a grandson. So otherwise, my kids would have been long gone before now. And like I said, it's been different these last few nights without my grandson and my daughter here, but I think I'm adjusting okay. I've broken down and cried and, done all that fun stuff. So, 100 years old. Now, I think you'll be much younger than 100 years old, Rose. So yeah, I don't really know, I guess, how to react, other than I have very mixed emotions. So it's been rough, but it's been okay. One minute I'm kind of like, ah. Next minute I'm like, yay, they're gone. I've got room. I'm spreading out, So that's been good. And I think the last 2 days of working on this room has kept me busy enough that I haven't really thought too much about it. And I'm super excited actually now, because it is starting to come together, and it is a work in progress. It'll take a while. So, well, hello, TNS. How are you? Oh, Chrissy, yes. Tell the customers you are on hold for at least the next hour. Hi, Lynette. Thank you for coming. Vicky, I'm sure working second and third shift constantly. Yeah. But that will be good, Vicky, because that means that you're getting closer to, financial freedom, and your homestead getting, evolving and all that stuff. So that'll be good. That'll be awesome. Hey Nathan, how are you? Aww. Rose, that's sweet. Yeah, we said the same thing too. We told the kids, you don't have to leave. You can stay here forever and ever. We're okay. We're okay with you staying here. And I would be just, I would absolutely be okay with having the kids around. But I don't know. I'm kind of getting more, I don't know, I guess okay with the fact that they're not going to be here, and so I'm finding things, I don't know, things that I can do now. So, like having the craft room and what have you. So, yes, Vicky, yeah. Game of catch up always on the bills. I mean, I'm always behind on something. I've got a contractor here. He's actually they're getting ready to insulate the attic. They just put in a new dryer vent ducting system, and he's actually climbing on the ladder outside of this window. So anyway, are you guys experiencing any buffering or anything with my video? I am actually closer to the router now, but they do not make the it's longer than the 75-foot cable that I have. So, and they told us that it's probably not going to make too big of a difference to hardwire it in. And pretty soon, actually, everyone is switching over to having a Wi-Fi signal for their internet. Everyone. So there will be no more fiber optic, no more anything like that. Everybody's going to end up with essentially a cell phone signal. So it's kind of weird. So, anywho, I do have a lot of work to do in here still. But I've got the desk mostly set up here, so everything is at least tangible, movable, that kind of stuff. The hubby and I were actually kind of discussing that, what we're going to do, and I think he's having a harder time than I am. And he gives my daughter a hard time every day and says, why do you want to leave your daddy? So I know this morning we kind of stood there just kind of looking at each other and like, what do we do now? So, but we've been busy today doing, I've been working on the craft room here, and he's been out doing his airbrushing, his custom painting for somebody. It's another Corvette Club person, but yeah, he's busy. He's actually booked out for the next probably week and a half or so, and then he's getting in parts for a slingshot, and as in, those stupid looking motorcycles. I just think they're dumb. I can't stand the way they look, but hey, I don't care. As long as you're paying to have it painted on, I'm not going to complain. So, yeah, they're vibrating the heck out of my house. He's cutting a hole in my roof right now. So, that ought to be fun. This is telling me my video resolution is low. It's not optimal. And, I'm just going to say I have no idea what in the world that means. I really have to learn this stuff. I'm picking up new things here and there, but you know, unless you're actually doing a live every single day, I'm probably not going to really learn. Good, thanks, Nathan. I don't. I really feel like the house is going to come in on me. It's so weird. It's just vibrating everything, and I feel odd in here, I have to say, because I'm kind of closed in. I have the door shut because I thought he was going to be running in and out of the house instead of up on the roof drilling a hole in it right now, but you know, hey. Okay, good, Vicky. Again, I don't know that I'm going to have anything, I guess, where I'm going to have a perfect live stream ever. And I think it is just the fact that we are out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and I should be thankful for what I have, right? Lynette, yes, let's pray to the gods that we don't have plaster falling in on my head. It is just, yeah, it's a worry. I believe you will, Rose, and I will be there. Yay. Oh, nice, Nathan. That hurts, man. That just hurts. Oh. Yes, Lynette, you absolutely should be waiting with bated breath. Hey, we've all got big bombs to drop, right? So I want to know when everybody else is going to start doing lives. I know, Nathan, you do once in a while. I think, actually, don't you do that? Do you do a weekly live? I cannot. Okay, good. Awesome. Chrissy needs to start, and Lynette needs to start. And Vicky, you're going to have to go back to doing your lives again. So yeah, it would be great. Yes, lives. Chrissy, you need to do lives. You will not. You're beautiful. Stop it. No, you have not, Vicky. You have not done one in a very long time. So, and I miss being able to hang out with you on Friday nights, Rose. Because honestly, like, this is my life. I don't do anything really. I don't really go anywhere. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi, Deb. How are you? Hello. And Rose, I got an email the other day. I should hopefully here this week. I should be getting my t-shirt that I ordered. Yay! I'm excited. Because I have this one, the Part-Time Hermes, but I don't have my Wholesome Roots one yet, and I don't have my Life on Beagle Road yet. And oh, thank you, Lynette. Oh, there's absolutely, it doesn't matter what you video, Vicky, honestly. Oh, I think that you absolutely should go ahead and do a live TNS, because let me tell you, I really didn't think that I would be good at it, and I'm not that I'm good at it or anything, but just that I really thought it'd be way more nerve-wracking than it actually is. So the first couple were really bad for me. Like, I just felt, yikes. Like, it went really bad, but yeah, I recommend doing lives because honestly, people get to know you way better. They really do. Oh, sweet, Deb. I saw that you were having a hard time on Facebook that you were talking about you were having issues with keeping you had what 4 or 5 of them die. You know what, Vicky? There's other things that you can do. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Awesome, Chrissy. Thank you. I thought it was fun too. It was great to, you know, we just got to chill out and talk. It was great. And it went on forever, it seemed like. Which was perfectly okay with me. I am absolutely okay with it because I can talk. Now my girls now, my chickens, the 4 newest ones, they are not quite old enough to lay yet. They're see, I think I got them back in April. So yeah, they're a little bit young to be laying yet, but April or May, I don't remember. Awesome, Deb, that's great. But my older girls are, I'm getting on average 3 every single day. And my California White's still not laying. I don't know why she's not. It makes 0 sense to me, but oh, awesome, Nathan. I really thought about doing quail, but I don't know. Um, I want to kind of master the whole chickens first. Not that I'll ever probably master them because, I'll be the jack of all trades and the master of none, but um, thus far I have had very good luck with my chickens. Very good luck. And it's been really nice having all those eggs. So. Oh, Lynette, I hope you can get chickens in the spring. I really hope that you can get a. No, I know, Nathan. I know speckled Sussex are chickens, but I know you've got a ton of quail, and yeah, so. So then, hopefully, Lynette, you can get a coop all done up for them. I have been working on my shed conversion to coop, and that is not going so well. I'm having a heck of a time, so. Oh, yes, you do need to start hatching more than Rose, because if you want to send those puppies to freezer camp. I guess they're not puppies, but the expression. So. Well, the cleaning out of the barn, that'll, depending, I don't know what yours looks like, but my shed is a wreck. It's a disaster area. But because it's been getting so cold, I really can't be outside. I don't do well in the cold at all. So it's been really hard for me to, and then we've had rain off and on, and like last night, all day yesterday and last night it was raining here, so. Yeah, I don't really know much about quail, Vicky, but their eggs are tiny, so I don't really know. I would think you would have to have probably 6 or 8 quail eggs to equal a chicken egg. I don't really know, but yeah, it'd be crazy. Oh yeah, I'm sure having them on your back porch is probably a big mess. I mean, I don't even have my chickens in the house, but my sugar gliders, oh my gosh, those things, they're stinking like crazy, and the guinea pigs stink like crazy. So, oh, I see that, Lynette. Okay. It is a big job if you have to remove all of that stuff. But then again, if you leave the stumps in, that would be stuff for them to, play around on inside. Yeah, I'm sure they do, because they're tiny. They're tiny, Nathan, I know, in comparison. My girls are, I cannot believe how fast even my little girls are growing. They're huge. Oh, I've never had a quail egg, so I don't honestly know. Pooping machines. Yeah, I am to a point now where, and I didn't yesterday, and I haven't today, but yeah, I'm to a point where I really need to clean the sugar glider cage every day and the guinea pig cage every other day. They are just ridiculous, and they stink. Oh my gosh! But they're absolutely adorable. So, it's kind of a trade-off. You just got to try to keep up after them. That would be good, Vicky, to have. They wouldn't need anything too big because they're just, little guys. But oh, my Rose, my chickens have not, knock on wood, they haven't molted, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But they didn't. Of course, they're only they'll be a year old in February, so. And then in or March, I don't remember if it's February or March, they'll be a year old. So I don't know do they molt before then, or I don't know. I don't think I would keep the chicken in the house either, Vicky. No. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've actually given away eggs. I sent oh, okay, they don't molt their first year. I didn't think they did, but I'm not a chicken expert. Like I said, I'm still learning. I'll probably never master that, but I will sure try. I sent like 18 eggs with my daughter, and then her landlord, I sent 18 with them. So yeah, I've got like we were down to nothing, and I was actually to a point we had so many that I was cooking them up. We were scrambling them, and we were putting them in with the dog's food. So we got rid of a lot of them that way. But yeah, it's three is probably even too many for us unless we were to eat them every single day. So, but tonight I'm making French toast, so I'll dwindle that down again. So I'm sure that my dogs probably would eat them raw as well, but I haven't given them to them like that because I put coconut oil and a little bit of DE and some brewer's yeast in their food as it is. So anywho, you coming over for dinner? See, well, hello, how are you? Oh, I was wondering, how How did your hours come out yesterday farming our backyard? I'm really kind of I ran your entire playlist, and I typically do that with everybody's anyway. So if I've not seen the channel before, I watched them all, but for the most part, I just, if it's somebody that I've seen all of their videos and stuff like that, I will actually just run their channel until they're done playing altogether for the day. So I don't know. I know Lynette and Rose. I know you haven't done like you haven't put your name into the hat for the watchathon, but I've been trying to run your channels off and on as I can. So I usually what I've been trying to do is I'll run the channel for the day for the watchathon, and then while that's running, I'll open up usually 3 or 4 more tabs. It just kind of depends. That's awesome. Good. 128 hours is nothing to sneeze at. That's great. That is awesome. Aw, nope, that's fine. Lynette, that's fine. Not a problem. Is it Gracie? No, I don't have to do anything, Rose, but I do. That's just what we do, We're supposed to help each other out, right? So, the more that we can do, the better. So, aw. Well, give Gracie loves for me. Yeah, that's quite a few hours. I mean, especially since well, I guess I don't know. I can't remember. I know you had a fairly shorter playlist, but even still, that it's one of the benefits, isn't it? That we're finding new channels, and you get to see how people do things differently, and that's just the way it is. So, I really have to say that, except minus the drama the last few days, and I think just my emotions were really high, from the fact that my daughter was moving out. But yeah, I've really noticed a lot of drama, and it's just from like a few people. So otherwise, this community is amazing. I think we're all here to help each other. So, I don't know. Well, hello, Eggers and Bacon. My goodness. How are you? Vicky, I have noticed lately, especially, that the bigger channels are the ones that seem to have much more drama. They have, and I don't know, they kind of stir it up. I have quit watching a lot of the bigger channels, a lot of them, just because I've also noticed things about people that the more that I watch them, I'm thinking, okay, if you have to stage absolutely everything that you're doing, what is exactly, save the drama for your mama. I don't get that. Yesterday, my phone just kept blowing up, like, constantly. So, and just the fact that, or maybe that was Saturday night. I don't know. My days are all like running together, but the whole situation with the watch-a-thon, I'm like, if you don't have anything good to contribute, then just don't comment. I don't see the point in stirring the crap, all of the time. Right, Nathan. Absolutely. And once you get to know people on a personal level, you do have a much larger emotional investment. So, right, yeah. The clickbait is kind of a problem, I think. But then again, I don't know. I think honestly, a thumbnail in general is just clickbait to begin with. I mean, you're trying to get people there. So as long as it's not completely unrelated to what's going on, I don't see the point. I don't see any problem with it. But yeah, some of them are way out of hand with that. So you are not like a lot of the big channels at all, Rose. Nothing like them. Like I said, I've stopped watching them because they're just, one, I don't like fake. I can't don't pretend to be somebody you're not, because honestly, somebody else is looking for somebody just like you. So don't pretend to be something you're not. I don't get that whole putting on appearances. Yeah, I agree with that, Vicky. I know that's how a lot of the channels now are making, they're making money off of their ad revenue. And that's great, but sometimes it's like the commercials some of them are like 3 and 4 minutes long, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna click through that stuff. It's just too long. A 30-second commercial is one thing, and then some of them will have 2 and 3 commercials back to back right in the middle of whatever it was they were saying, the sentence they were saying. So sharks with lasers on its head. Yes. Is it too much to ask to have a shark with a freaking laser beam? Oh my god. I love Austin Powers is great. I love Austin Powers. Dr. Evil's awesome. That is a very valid point, Eggers, because let me tell you, I absolutely agree with that. Just show me your day. I don't need you to set a camera angle. I don't need you to, I don't need you to make something up to do. So, you know what? I agree, Rose. Yeah, you don't need to be, yeah. Don't use people. There's absolutely zero reason for that. I mean, we all are piggybacking off of each other, but you don't need to stomp on them, you don't use somebody and then throw them away. So that's awesome that you stay that way, because I mean, I agree with you, Vicky. Sometimes it does seem like the larger channels will have a they're like trying to sell you something, and I don't. Why? I just want to see how you're doing stuff. I want to see how your day is going. I want to see what your homestead's doing. you know, how's your family? How are your kids? How are your animals? That's I don't need you to try to sell me something. You are not a know-it-all. Oh my gosh. You do know a lot of stuff, Rose. That's the thing. You are an extremely intelligent woman. Extremely intelligent. And I, for one, feel extremely blessed to have you as a friend, because I don't, if I have a question, you know, I can always count on you. So I'm extremely blessed. Hashtag Rose knows. Absolutely. That was hilarious on Facebook. Oh my gosh. That was absolutely hilarious. Everybody needs to do that. Hashtag Rose knows. Everyone in here thus far, oh my gosh, Vicky, that's an awesome idea. Yes. Yes. That is your next t-shirt, Rose. You have to do that. Yep. Hashtag Rose knows. Oh my gosh. And then I can order a new one. I'm still actually working on a design and stuff for mine, but yeah, I think that's an awesome t-shirt. Sorry, I'm reading through the comments. It's so odd that I don't know. It's just really odd to read somebody and not have an actual conversation with them. So, you know, actually, Chrissy, I am contemplating making my own to start with, just for my friends and family that want it. Well, hello, reap what you sow. Oh my goodness, how are you? Rose, you need to follow through with those. You absolutely should. So Chrissy, if I do, I need to find somebody that that actually supplies that, you know, up to however big somebody wants, because I noticed that like Teespring, they'll go up to like maybe a 2X, sometimes a 3X depending, and I personally like either an extra large or a 2X, and just because I actually am very broad shouldered, and so I'm built more like a man. I mean, you know, I have the girl things, but you know, I'm very broad shouldered. So women's clothes have never fit me right anyway, and I tend to wear more men's clothing as far as the shirts go, because they're bigger. So, well, Chrissy, I mean, if you can get one that's you know, if you can get one that you want, yeah, absolutely you can. I still want to, it's going to take me a while to locate anybody that can print on the spot like that and not cut into their yeah, that cut into their commission or whatever, and all of that stuff. I don't really care about me making money as long as it doesn't cost me a ton of money, is all. So I agree with you, Farming, because yes, when you are a worker, you just tend to get broader shoulders. It's just the way it is. Giant economy size? What is what is that, Deb? Oh my goodness. Okay, I will, Vicky. We have over in our county seat, there is a small company. There's two of them. One does custom embroidery for our shirts and things like that. And then another one does like just printing, whether it be screen printing or what have you. And so I was going to approach both of them and see how that goes. But I don't know how cost effective it would be for them or myself, just simply because I don't have this wide I guess audience to sell to. Yeah, Deb, it absolutely depends on a brand. I'm not sure how you pronounce, if it's Gildan or Gildan. I do like their t-shirts. That brand seems to fit really well for me, and that's really about the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. Hanes doesn't fit too bad, but they're just not broad enough in the shoulders. So yeah, I know, Nathan. It is. It's got to be. It's tough to sell anything. I mean, I don't do the woodworking that you do, and you do absolutely beautiful work. And I still am going to try and get a crochet hook from you. But I've got centerpieces that I've made, and it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy, the inventory that I have. And so once I get this room set up, I should be able to get better pictures and whatnot, because I actually have a professional, I have a really nice camera, Canon camera, and I've got studio lights and everything that were given to us, so that we could actually use it for the costuming that we do, or that we're starting to do. So I need to, once I get everything chilled out in here and organized, I'll be able to take better pictures and put them up on Etsy. So see, and I don't have a long torso. That's not an issue for me because of my back, the way it's curved. My scoliosis is severe enough that if they were able to actually stretch my spine out, I would probably be about 3 inches taller, is what they estimate. So I don't have a long torso. Yes, Deb, I agree with you. I was a nurse. I did a lot of lifting. I did a ton of lifting, and so that's part of the reason why I have such broad shoulders and a broad back, because you have to lift people from bed to wheelchair and wherever. So yeah, I worked as a nurse, and I was a nurse's aide long before that, and I've worked about every facet of healthcare that you could possibly work. So I have very strong German roots. In fact, my great grandparents got on the boat at Hamburg, Hamburg, Germany. So, yeah. Nursing does hurt a lot of backs. You are absolutely correct. And it's long hours on your feet. It's a lot of lifting, heavy lifting. You are probably correct there, Nathan. I would still be short. I stand 5'1" now, so I would only be 5'4". But neither of my grandmothers were very tall at all. They were, in fact, my grandmothers and my great grandmothers both were like tiny. But they had broad shoulders, and because they were farmers, and so I would love to be tall. Now my mom is 5'7", which is, it's so odd, that my mom is very tall for a woman. That's not hard to do, Christy. Everybody's a foot taller than me. Yes, yep. I miss nursing. I miss my nursing career very much so, Deb. Um, it it was my calling. It was what I was meant to do, and unfortunately, that came to a screeching halt. Oh my gosh, you guys, 6'4" and 6'1". Holy cow! That is insane. Do you have osteoporosis or osteoarthritis in your at all, Vicky? I do have arthritis, and probably the startings of osteoarthritis in my back, just because of the condition of my back in the first place. So, oh, okay, yeah. And osteoporosis is very common in most women. It really, truly is, especially of European descent for whatever reason. But osteoporosis it's a big thing. Menopause will zap the life right out of you. It's worse after menopause, so. Shrank a little from your body armor. Oh, you were in the military, weren't you? That's right, Deb. Absolutely. Yep. Oh my goodness, Vicky. What happened that you broke that in 16 places? My goodness, that's insane. I thought so, Nathan. I couldn't remember. I thought I had seen something alluded to it, but I see so much that I can't keep everything straight yet. So with everybody, I'm still getting to learn everybody's names and all of their backgrounds and all that fun stuff. So I actually, Vicky, when I was little, I was 11 actually, and I had oh my goodness, that's insane. Oh, sorry. I was actually born without, I think, L3. I'm not sure if it was L2 or L3. I don't remember. But then I had a spinal fusion done when I was 11 years old. And the only reason that I had that done is simply because I had gone in for a sports physical to play junior high football. And they discovered I had scoliosis. Well, then they did the x-rays and found that I was actually missing a vertebrae. So I ended up at the age of 11. I was 10. I think I was 10 and a half. I was about 11, I guess. They put me in a Milwaukee brace. Then I ended up having the surgery, the spinal fusion, and so I basically have an almost solid lumbar. In fact, I just found some good Lord, I cannot. Radiology reports when they did a scoliosis series for me, that I'd never really heard the term until obviously I was a nurse, but I have what they call rotoscoliosis as well. And so basically, when they went in to do my spinal fusion, where I did not have that vertebrae, my spine had started to actually twist on itself. And so I have a really funky looking back. So, Vicky, I am so glad that you just said, forget it. I'm moving. I'm very, very happy that you did that. That's awesome. Uh-oh. So what was your channel name before that you had to that Rose made you or convinced you to change it? I agree. Yes, it's really hard sometimes to connect the real names with the channel names. Yeah. Yeah, Rose, my neck is a right curve, and it is 39 degrees. And the really odd thing is that my thoracic is also a right curve, and it is 47 degrees. And then you get down into my lumbar, and my lumbar almost sits at an angle, like it's twisted. It started twisting about mid thoracic, and then when they fused it together, he couldn't actually I guess untwist it. And so yeah, I actually have a lot of doctors ask me if or how in the world I can even walk. So oh, I see, Nathan. Okay. Sure, you should be absolutely identified as a creator. Yeah. That's cool. So I have a really funky looking body shape. Hello, Deer Creek. How are you? You know what? They told me I couldn't have the metal rods in my spine. I had like what they called a wisp or a ghost of a growth spurt left. So they refused to put the metal rods in my spine. However, there is a new procedure where they go in and they make like just a tiny incision, and they basically crank the this little what in the world do they call that? Like a clamp of sorts, and they just crank it as you start growing, and then if they can get it out, they'll take it out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, that was probably, I think that was one of the reasons why they didn't do the metal rods, is for the simple fact that I'm allergic to basically anything, unless it's gold or it's real silver. It would be really hard. The stainless steel, they weren't using that at that point, because I was really, I mean, this was back in 87, 88, so yep. Your sister and I must be right at the same age. I'm 43, so and Yeah, we're pretty close in age, I guess. I have to stop and think about that. Do the math, dummy. Jeez. Oh, some days. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely, nickel is in absolutely everything, and it will irritate the living daylights out of my skin. Ugh. Heavy on the twisted, yes. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, she's just a few years younger than me. I think you and I are the same age, so I think we're close. So that would be insane. Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine to have yeah, surgery scarring. Yep. You know, when they did my spinal fusion, I actually did not have. Okay, so see, well, hi, Amy. See, so I'm actually older than you, Rose. Ugh, gosh, no. um, I have to be very careful what my earrings, my rings. Sometimes the buttons on your jeans. Sometimes if those are nickeled, then that's yeah, I am an old lady. I feel like it some days. But yeah, sometimes that'll irritate the crap out of my belly, and it'll just, like, I'll end up with a rash and whatnot. So I'm very, very I don't know. My gosh. I break out from, I'm allergic to it, so. See, the old lady's kicking in. Vicky. You know what? I look at it like this. Age is a number. And so some days like, mentally, I don't really always feel, I don't feel like I'm 43. I don't. So, and then some days I feel like I'm 83. So, I just, physically, I feel old, just because of the shape that my body's in. But as far as mentally, I don't know. 43 doesn't even seem like a real number to me. I don't. Isn't that odd? So, yeah, the yep, the metal button on the jeans will break me out too. 67. You know what? I agree with you, Deb. I do feel like some days I'm just like, psh, you know, I don't know. Age just doesn't bother me. The only thing that bothers me about age is just that I'm declining in the years I'm going to be alive. That's the only thing. I'm just like, I'm not going to be here to experience all of all of life again. So, yes, age is just a number. Depending on, yeah, I do agree with you, Eggers, there. It's how you feel, but also sometimes how you act. I've done some pretty dumb things. Yep, the body will set you straight. Absolutely. Absolutely. Amy, did you get your hockey player off practice? Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh wow, my goodness. Yeah, sometimes you can do that. And then I don't know, the body is so odd. It's an amazing machine, I'll tell you. You're going to be Peter Pan, huh? Oh, at 1:30? Okay. So you got about 20 minutes before you go. I know, Eggers and Bacon, isn't that great? It is a great name, I agree. I just think it's cute. It's clever. I had to be all serious, Royal Amethyst Acres. Of course, I'm also trying to make a business with it, so speaking of which, oh my goodness, Amy, I love you. So the weather, well, it was sunny and now it's cloudy. I don't know. It's getting darker in here, and I don't have very good lighting yet. So Amy, this is the craft room now. Kennedy's bedroom is now a craft room. So we are actually going to be getting a greenhouse, and I am super, super excited. Thank you, Amy. And yes, it is better than snow. So my daughter's landlord actually has this absolutely amazing professional setup, and it is nothing I can afford, but they were the first greenhouse in the state of Iowa to be organically certified. So they did this for like 20 years, and I got to go up and tour their place, and they've got, not only do they have this humongous professional one set up with like a swamp coolers and in-ground heating, and I mean, it's amazing. It's all computerized and whatnot, and they haven't used it in like 3 or 4 years, and it's just sitting there rotting. They use it for storage now, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, 20 years ago it cost them $100,000 to build this thing, and you're just letting it sit. Ugh. Oh my gosh. But they've got 3 other ones on the property, and they have one that is actually completely disassembled, and I am going to purchase it from him for $2,500. Amy, she moved to a little town just about 10 miles, not even 10 miles from us, north and east of us, and it's a little town called Boxholm, a little Swedish town, and there's nothing there. There's a bank, and there was an old school, but they've since consolidated and all that other stuff, so their gas station is gone, the whole 9 yards. So this greenhouse is actually it's 30 by 64, and it has 2 30-inch fans, exhaust fans in it, or for it. It's a professional setup, but it's just not quite to the degree that his other one was. But he purchased this one from a bankruptcy. The bank called him and said, "Do you want this greenhouse? We'll sell it to you. This is what's left on it." And he purchased the whole shebang for $2,500, and he said, "You know what? I believe in what you're doing." He says, "And I'm not going to charge you any more than what I paid for it, because it's just been sitting here." So it is going to be amazing. So now I'm absolutely trying so hard to figure out how to I won't purchase it until the spring, because we can't bring it here and set it anyway, but the guy is actually going to haul it here too, and he's only about 7 miles from me. So yeah, I am super pumped. So this thing is going to actually take up the entirety of the garden that I have. So I'm just basically going to build right over the existing garden. It's going to be amazeballs. So, it is a huge greenhouse. My garden right now is 6,000 square feet, so it's huge. And this is going to be a game changer for me. So, it's funny because my whole thing is, the kids are gone. What are you going to do? Well, this is what you do. you remodel the house and you buy a huge greenhouse and you start really like delving into your businesses and making them work. So I can make that year-round gardening if I want. I'm probably still only going to do, I'm guessing, about 8 or 9 months out of the year versus the full 12, because I still need to be able to go places, do things, and so. Oh yeah. Speaking of calling it a kite, so that's what happened to my greenhouse last year. No, actually, it shouldn't. Amy, should not affect the traveling because the trip that we are taking to Arizona is actually being paid for by the photographer, the company that he runs, because we're doing this for him. So it's our working vacation. We don't have to really pay anything out of our pocket. So yeah, so that's not going to affect that. And then that's in April, or I'm sorry, that's in February. March, the trip to Tennessee will actually be paid for as well, to go to the Corvette thing. That trip will be paid for by the Corvette Club, so I don't really have to worry about that so much. And then, so the only trip that I'm going to have to worry about really paying a whole lot for, and it shouldn't cost too terribly much, I wouldn't think, is to go down to Rose's in April for the spring soiree. Yep, just food and spending money. Yep. I have been I've been waiting a very long time to get a greenhouse, so I'm getting this. So yes, he is using it as a write-off, Amy, you're correct. But we will also be using what we've done. It'll be a write-off for us as well, for Tony's business, so it'll be good. And back to the greenhouse thing, actually, I'm not going to put myself out for you. What are you talking about, Rose? No. I'm coming. I don't care. I'm coming down. We have a wood burning stove that I will actually use I can heat it. So both ends one has a it's a roll-up garage door actually, so I could roll right in it if I wanted to. So they're solid ends, and so I should be able to heat it okay with the wood burning stove. And we're actually going to probably pipe that down under or I think we're going to make them raised beds in there. So I think we're going to end up piping the heat down, kind of like a rocket stove works. So yes, actually, Nathan, gentleman that I'm getting the greenhouse from, he has a greenhouse that he put, and then he ended up putting two hoop houses together. And he said the bad thing about it was that he wasn't able to heat it and cool it effectively because it was too long. So so they ended up taking all that out and then just made him roll up sides, and so that worked really well for him. Yeah, the cattle panels are. Thank you for stopping by, Reap What You Sow. I so appreciate it. Cattle panels work fantastic to make a greenhouse and then turn into the chicken tractors. Those are, yeah, they work fantastic, at least from what I've seen. I've not used them like that yet, but that was kind of my plan for this spring and summer when I start moving my chickens around. So I'm wanting to do broilers this spring. I think I'm gonna start with 25 of them, but and I'm probably gonna run them through the garden and just let them go there for a while. So actually, Vicki, that I started collecting a bunch of windows and screens and stuff like that. That's how I was going to build my greenhouse, because it's just it really is optimal, and it'll help keep bugs and stuff out. The only thing about that is that if you depending on whether you use chemicals or whatnot, which I don't, so what you'd have to do is you're going to have to buy predatory bugs, unless you keep them open and make it more of a hoop house than a full greenhouse. Yeah, I'm going to start with 25. I think that'll be manageable, and I'm just going to do probably 2 or 3 rounds of 25 and see what I get. So because I want meat birds. I have my eggs, my little eggers, so I do want meat birds, so we have meat throughout the year. Oh yeah, I suppose you're right, Vicki, with that. Yeah, so if you do an enclosed greenhouse like that, and you're not going to use chemicals or anything, and you are going to want to screen it, and all of that stuff, you're going to have to do predatory insects in there. That's awesome, Amy. I'm hoping it's what I'm wanting to do, and get the freezers packed with chicken next year. That'd be great. I gotta be careful because I live in town, so like I live on the edge of town, so I have to be careful with how many. Not that anybody around here is going to complain, but probably would not be so good. It wouldn't be such a good example to try to set as the mayor, so by not following the city codes. Homegrown is way better. Actually, Amy, I did. I changed a lot of the codes. I changed the codes so that we could have chickens in town, and I didn't put a cap on that. A reasonable number. Now, I don't know what reasonable is, I also changed codes so we can have bees. In fact, tomorrow I have to go vote because my mayor's seat's up for re-election. So we'll see if I'm sure I'll get it again. I'm hoping I get it again, but then again, I don't really know. And I also am. I would like to. I got to figure out the logistics and stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and petition the council for goats. So yes, I will see you soon, Rose. Thank you. Love you. Love you, Amy. Thank you. So, yeah. Yep, it is. This is the year of city, municipalities, and your school board. And it should be nationwide. It's it's always the Super Tuesday every 2 years. So, yeah. So I have to go vote tomorrow. Oh, I would love. Yes, I am Smileys too. I think they are so neat, but they're going to be down the road. So if you, Nathan, if you do start getting those and breeding, let me know. I would love to get eggs off of you, fertilized eggs. So I would love to hatch my own too. And so are the Royal Palm turkeys, are they the better of the turkey breeds to actually raise? Yeah, everyone does vote the same day. Yeah. I'm up for, my seat is up, and I have one council member that's coming on, so. And then we vote for our school board too. So I know that everyone in the state, it's everyone in the U.S. their vote days are the same. So I am, yes, I am the mayor. I am the mayor. My husband's on the city council with me. So yeah, I've been the mayor. Actually, this is my this will be my third term. So if I'm reelected, which I'm hoping, it'll be my third term. So I will have been for 6 years then by the time the next term is over. But this is the end of my second term, and so it'll be 4 years. It's not like the presidency, it's only 2 years. But our last mayor, he was actually the mayor for 35 years or something like that. So I got elected, actually. I got onto council, and then I got elected as mayor, and brought my husband on council, got him, and then he got elected for council. The thing is, we live in such a tiny town that we don't have, our population is like 37 or 40 right now. So yeah, nobody wants the job, and nobody really wants to be on council or anything like that. So it's basically whoever will volunteer to do it, because it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work. And my pay for a year is nowhere near anyone else's in the county. So So my pay is actually my position is actually more of a, it seems like it's more of a volunteer because I do way more than what I get paid. I get paid $250 a year. So $250 is not a lot for what I do. It is not even close. So yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I am. I, honestly, as a mayor, you don't really have any power, so to speak. You literally are a figurehead. Although, like I don't have, as a mayor, you don't have a vote on your council on what your council does. So, it just your council is the one that makes your decisions. However, as the mayor, I can veto if I want. If I feel that it's not a good vote, then I will veto it or whatever. But I've never had to do that. So yeah. It's my pay actually, what I've kind of decided was that this year I was going to actually just take my pay and donate it and put it into the fund for our park and to help do things for our park, because in the 4 years that I have been the mayor now, that was like one of my biggest things, the park and cleaning the town up. So I have managed to do both of those things, and we're getting new park equipment. I have to write for the grant, and yes, I have to write for the grant. I have to write for a grant to get our new park equipment. We need a new truck and snowblade. We need to get some of our equipment taken care of. We usually hire out for all of this stuff, and it's just costing us so much more money than if we had it and owned it. So I have to write for grants for all of this stuff. We have streets that need fixed, city sewage, which is like just your street drainage. Yeah, I've had to do all of this stuff. Yes, so 2011. It 2010 census was 71. We are below that 71 for the 2010 census. Which article are you talking about, Chrissy? Because they did one. I've been featured in an article twice now as the mayor. Both my streets, yeah. Yeah, we actually have more than two. Thank you, Nathan. Sure, go ahead. I have to say that I am absolutely I have to say I'm a no nonsense kind of mayor. So, I will help, and I will do anything I can to get this town what it needs. It drives me insane, the stuff that goes on around here. And I'm honestly, I don't want to poo-poo on the farmers around here, but I do not like the way that they farm. I'll just say that. And one of their things is that the sheer amount of hog confinements going up around us is insanity. It's completely just total insanity. So that's my big thing. I don't like that. And the spraying of the chemicals on the farm fields around city limits and in city limits, because we actually have agricultural land in city limits. In fact, about a quarter of a mile or so is around my house in city limits, and it drives me absolutely insane when they start crop dusting and all of that stuff, and they are not supposed to be doing that within city limits anyway. So they got a talking to about it. I'm trying really hard, Chrissy. We had the very first ever last June. Yes, last June we had our very first ever citywide cleanup. Well, that consisted of me, my husband, and my kids cleaning up the entire town. And so yeah. Aw, thanks, Chrissy. I think we're gonna have to get off here pretty quick. It's been quite a while. Yes, we do have 8 streets. You're correct, and they all need repaired. the the main highway that runs through, which is E26, we actually have that one was redone. So, oh, that's more than slightly bigger than us. 899. Yeah, that's way more. So I pretty much just have decided that, yeah, my now that everybody's, gone and out of the house, this is what we have to focus on. Is, we have a city to run and a 2 businesses to run. Yes, it is state maintained. It's actually county maintained. The only problem with that is that I had to fight to get that done. We are the smallest incorporated city in the county, and we get absolutely nothing. If there's anything left over, it's usually like the bare minimum of scraps of anything, and so yeah, I have to fight for it. The Board of Supervisors is very familiar with me. I'm probably not very well liked, but I will tell you that you don't have to like me, but to respect me for what I'm doing, for what I'm trying to do. Oh, yeah, see, now we don't even have that right now. We had one. It was a bar and grill. And it caught on fire, and that was the end of it. So we don't have that anymore. So what we do have in town, as far as anything goes, would be the feed store that we have, and they basically think they have the run of the town. So that's been a challenge. But we're all, we're working together and trying to make things great here in town again. And so you know what, if I could, I would absolutely do that, Nathan, because it would still be way better than what we have now, which is nothing. I would love to. I actually have contemplated. I'm trying to find developers, but to come in and build. But the problem with that is I have to get infrastructure built back up first, and so I'm having to start with the streets. So that has been a battle. Everything, I mean, I'm telling you, we have to fight tooth and nail. We have to fight tooth and nail to get anything. And I walked into the position as mayor completely blind. I had no mentors, no nothing. So I've had to learn everything on my own. Luckily, with having my husband on the council, and so he has my back, and we're trying so hard to make it better. So I appreciate that farming. I do. 5 acres and enough room for cattle. Yeah, I have 3 acres, and unfortunately, depending on how many cattle, I don't even think that I could probably even have a cow up here. My goal, actually, I would love to have a meat cow and a milk cow. That'd be great. A dairy cow. And I want goats just for milk, but need to get some. I really wanted to do alpacas, donkey poodles, as they're called now, just because I wanted the fiber, to do the fiber, and rabbits for fiber, because I don't like rabbit meat. No. Wow, I'd love to have 100 acres. Holy cow. That would be awesome. Aw, thank you, Deb. I'm trying to fix it, and now with the new council member that's coming on, she's also interested in watching our town grow and helping to grow it. So I will have 2 active council members, and then myself, and I have a great city clerk. So I'm getting a good team. Okay, well, it is 3:45 here, so I should probably get off of here. It was awesome to see everybody, well, talk to everybody, or at you, I guess. So, yeah, fences are a big thing. You have to get those fences in first. Yeah. I totally get that, Nathan, because if you don't, you don't contain them, then you're gonna end up losing them anyway. So, anywho, all right. Well, my lovelies, I am going to sign off, and I shall see you on the flip side, and on Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And I'm hoping to get a couple of videos out this week. That is very true, Vicky. You have to have team. You have to have a good team, or it's not going to work. So, anyway, okay. So I will talk to you all on Facebook and Instagram, and hope to see. Hopefully, I'll get a couple of videos out this week, and I shall see you later. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Bye. Have a good day.